Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Monday. Today I'm coming at you with my very first Minks Monday Q&A, so let's get started. I have quite a bit of questions here, so I might have to wait to do the second half on next week's video because I don't want to make the video too long. Okay, so let's get started. The first question is from Ms. BB Love, and she asked, if you could only have one Chanel and one LV bag, which ones would they be? Hands down, the only Chanel that I would own would probably be my jumbo double flap, because it is my holy grail bag. It took me, it's like one of those bags that you never thought that you would actually own. So it holds a special place in my heart. And as far as the LV, I would honestly have to say it would be my Speedy 30 in the Dame Azur, because it holds sentimental value as far as where I purchased it, and that was in Paris, France last year for my birthday. So I like that it reminds me of Paris. So those two definitely. Lady Susan Jane, what are you planning on getting for Christmas this year? Any special purchases from LV or Chanel? Not necessarily. I have one bag on my wish list from Louis Vuitton that I really want to get my hands on, but usually for Christmas, since it is my absolute favorite holiday, I set aside a certain amount for friends and family, and if I have money left over, because I tend to go overboard, then I'll end up looking for things for myself. But for the most part, I'll probably end up waiting until January or February to purchase anything new, just because I want to make sure that I get everything, or I get all my loved ones things first, and then I'll end up, like I said before, I'll splurge on them a little bit more and keep going. As I said, I start early for Christmas shopping, and I will literally go until like the week before Christmas, just because I keep seeing things and I keep buying things. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So as I said before, I will probably end up waiting till January or February. Okay, Robert and Desiree Keene. And I apologize if I mispronounce your guys' names. I'm trying my hardest to make sure I pronounce them correctly. Would you or have you ever owned a piece of LV Cerise line? And that's the cherry line that had the little cherries. I don't think I would, although I do think they are very cute and they're kind of fun. I tend to stick to classics only. There's just something about a classic piece that I really like. I know it might sound kind of boring, but I do appreciate them, but they are not for me. Okay, Genesis Aguyo, what do you think about the individuals who think the Chanel Camellia is a rose and don't really care about the fact or the amount of work that goes into these luxury goods? My mom is a perfect example of one of them. My mom sees a bag as a functional piece. It is what it is. It's just a purse. It's just an item. It's just a bag to put your items in. She doesn't really care about brands or anything like that. I have tried to buy her an LV and she refuses to wear it. She's very hard on her bags and she could really care less. And as far as the packaging goes and the camellias and stuff like that, us addicts, we tend to, it's almost as like the packaging is as important as the actual item. You know, it's just the little things that really make us happy. And I know, for example, like I said, my mom, she'll end up throwing away the ribbons and the tissue paper. She sees it as clutter, as do many people out there. They could really care less. But I think that a lot of these luxury goods, even though you're paying a pretty penny for them, they withstand the test of time. They are classic pieces. They don't necessarily, some of them increase in value, but they maintain their value. So if you ever had to sell them, you can more than likely get your money back for them. And not only that, their craftsmanship is amazing. They, like I said, they withstand the test of time, and they just look gorgeous no matter how old they are, especially if you take care of them. I know there's people out there that are very careless with their bags, but I'm talking about the people that really care about what their bags look like or their items. Okay, so let's keep going. Shop Girl, is there an LV bag or Chanel bag you regret buying or wish you bought something else instead. There is one bag from LV that I regret buying, and thankfully it is no longer in my collection. In the very first collection video, I promised that I would never get rid of it, but it was actually my Louis Vuitton my croissant bag in the MM size. I liked the idea of it. I thought it was kind of cute, but it was just such a pain in the butt because you couldn't get into the bags. You couldn't get things in and out. It was the structure of it was just terrible. And like I said, I'm so glad I got rid of it. And there is one item that I wish I would have bought from LV that they no longer make, especially with these seasonal colors that they have. And that will always be the Alma GM from the Vernis line, and the color is Rose Pop. I absolutely love that color. I love the hot pink fuchsia that it has. It kind of has an iridescent blue tone to it, undertone. And it was just like, I'm speechless because it's such a beautiful bag. So hopefully I'll own one pre-loved someday, but someday I'll have it. And do you have a Speedy 25? No, I do not have one in my collection. Strawberry Boo asked, do you know if you can have the Vachetta replaced by Louis Vuitton? Yes, you can, but the pricing is all a case-by-case scenario. They will never give you a quote over the phone because they have to assess the damage, or they have to assess the condition of the bag. I know that some cases, two people will have the exact same thing replaced on a bag, but the person that has the most damage on the bag will end up paying more, which is weird because you're just getting everything replaced. So as I said, it's a case-by-case scenario, so you always want to go into the LV store and get a quote from them. Marcia Yu asked, what are your thoughts on the Speedy 25B? Although I like the Speedy 25 itself, I don't know if I would ever own one. The Speedy bandouliere, I'm not a very big fan of because I think the Speedy itself is such an iconic piece that I only like it as it is without the bandouliere. I think I've said this in a few other videos. I think if you have a classic bag that is meant to be handheld, I think that's the way it should be. But I know a lot of people love it. It's a great bag for versatility, especially if obviously, because you can convert the bag into just being iconic as it is, but there's just something about a classic, iconic Speedy by itself that I absolutely love. So, although I think they're cute, I don't know if I would ever jump into a Speedy B. Although, the Speedy 30 Empreinte bandouliere, I am obsessed with. I don't think it's because it's a bandouliere. I just love the leather of it, and I wish it came in just the leather and just the regular iconic kind of print. Okay. Purse Junkie. What and where and how do you see yourself in 5 years? Are you materialistic? Would you go into depression if all of your designer goods were taken away or gone? That is a fabulous question. What and where do you see yourself in 5 years? I see my husband and I in a different part of California. I think it's I don't necessarily like the area that I live in now. So I'd like to move somewhere else. And it's going to be hard to say, but I see my husband and I as parents. As I said in one of my other videos, I will always have hope that I will get pregnant, and I think that would be awesome if I can say that in 5 years I will be a parent. So you never know. Are you materialistic? This is going to sound crazy, but I am not materialistic at all. I say that with a wall of luxury goods. But I can honestly count, out of everything I have in my collection, I can count on 2 hands how many things were given to me as a gift. I work very hard for what I like, and there's kind of how how can I explain it? There's kind of a sense of pride when I buy something that I really, really had my eye on. And as I said, I'm not materialistic, and truth be told, for Christmas, you know how people ask for, you know, they have little wish lists and stuff like that. I always ask for the same thing. It's always Victoria's Secret, like undies and chapstick, because I run through chapstick or lip glosses. I never ask for any high-end luxury items. As I said, I like being able to purchase those items myself, and I work very, very hard for them, but I would never ask someone for them. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just something that I don't do. And would you go into depression if all your designer goods were taken away or gone? Absolutely not. If someone took them and something like that happened, I would be sad for a moment, or if there was a fire or some kind of natural disaster, I would be more worried if my family was okay. But I mean, the bags and stuff like that you can replace, but people you can never replace. And maybe some of the memories that I had, or maybe some of the memories that I had with the bags or stuff like that, I would hold near and dear to my heart. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't go into depression whatsoever. I know that if I ever had a child in the future, I don't think I would ever look at luxury goods the way that I do now. I would be, because it has taken me this long. Like let's say I got pregnant like 2 years from now. If it took me that long to get pregnant, I don't even know what I would do. I would spend every single penny I have on my child. So I don't know. It's just, that's a good question though. So I really, really like that. Daniel Moore asked, have you had any problems with your agenda? How long have you had it? I have 3 to 4 different agendas. The GM my husband bought for me when I was on my band this year, so I've only had it a few months. And my agenda PM, my monogram I've had for a very long time, and it's held up quite nicely. I haven't had any problems with it. And then I also have a Vernis agenda PM that I bought last year, I think, or the year before. I never know, but they are all holding up extremely well. My absolute favorite is definitely the Agenda GM in the monogram print. Okay, so moving forward, I'm gonna try. Riham Jarisi asked, do you rotate your bags depending on your outfit of the day or occasion or weekly? Which one do you find yourself using more often? I do tend to rotate my bags just because, especially because I want to get an even patina on the Vachetta. So I try not to stick to one bag. And sometimes, depending upon where we're going for dinner or things like that, I will change out my bag for the evening. So yes, I will. And I tend to rotate my bags usually twice a week. It depends. Like if it's raining, I'll tend to stick to Damier Ebene, and then I might hold on to it for a little bit longer, but no more than a week, maybe week and a half. Okay, so which one do you find yourself using more often? And that would probably have to be my Neverfull MM in the Demi Azur. I know in the summertime I use that thing to death. That's probably the only bag that I use for more than a week's time. And then in the fall, I tend to use the other Neverfulls that I have. So Neverfulls I definitely reach for the most, besides the Speedy. So it's kind of it's a toss between the two. Okay. Soph M asked, can you please do an LV collection, but not yours, your husband's collection if he has one? I really wish I could do an LV collection that wasn't my own, but I'm the only one out of my entire family, I think, that has LV. My husband has no LV. I have been trying to buy him as well a LV wallet for the longest time. But even if I purchased it, he'd end up returning it. He's kind of like my mom. He doesn't really believe, I guess, in a sense, in luxury goods of that nature. He rather have like expensive shoes or a watch and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. No one really understands it like you guys. So I'm being totally honest when I say I come on here and you guys get me. Okay, so Kelly Robinson, what are your designer purchases that you regret buying, or what would you do different? Same thing again with the croissant bag. I just kind of jumped into it. I liked it. I thought it was cute. I didn't really take into account the fact that how I would be using it. So you have to, or what would I do different? I think I would research the bag as much as I could, or if I go into a boutique, actually put my items in the bag, because sometimes we might think that a bag is the perfect size for us, and that's what I want, and you go and get it, but then, you know, a few months later, a few weeks later, it's a nuisance, it's a pain, you can't get your items out, kind of like I said, the croissant bag. So you really, I really think that people should research the bags and get a feel for them. If you have to go in the boutique 2 or 3 times, it doesn't matter, because I would rather try it out and test it out and sit there for 2-3 hours, because I know I am guilty of sitting in a boutique for hours on end looking at the same thing, just to make sure that it fits my lifestyle. So just because it's the fad purse or the fad wallet doesn't necessarily mean that it's a realistic thing in my wardrobe. So that is one thing for sure. Okay. Norel Cordiner. She's a subby that just sent me items from Australia. What the heck do you do for a job to be able to buy so many expensive items? As I said before, I am not at liberty to say exactly where I work just because of privacy issues with the company that I work for. But yeah, I do work in the retail industry, and it is in no way, shape, or form a glamorous job. As I said, if you guys saw me at work, I wear not a t-shirt, but I wear a polo and I wear jeans, and I'm very average. I've been with the company that I've been at the company that I've been working for 11 years. And I think it's the longest I've ever been at a job. And I really like where I work in the sense that I like to meet new people. I get to meet various amounts of different people that come through all the time. And I get to converse with them about different things. And I'm a definite people person. I will probably talk to a cardboard box if I could, just because I talk so much. Okay. And this is the very last question because I'm at 17 minutes. As I said before, I don't want to make it too long. So LD Spencer asked, what do you think about Loving My Bags by Barbara? I know a lot of people use Loving My Bags. It's pretty much, for those of you that don't know, it is a product that you put on your Vachetta to help it with the staining or the water spots or anything like that for the Vachetta, and for any stains or any stains. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. It helps with the stains. It helps with watermarks, and it kind of, in a sense, stops the patina process, or it either speeds it up. I am not a fan of it. As I said in my last wear and tear video for Vachetta, I like the natural process of patina. It doesn't matter what item you use, the end result won't be the same. Someone that uses a product on top of their Vachetta and someone that has a natural patina process, it won't be the same in the end. And I really, really, really like that honey golden color that you get. And sometimes when you use product on top of the Vachetta, through time, the Vachetta will turn into a really dark color, and I'm not a big fan of it. I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people have had great, fabulous results with it. But as I said before, I think that some of those water spots or some of the stains that I get on my Vachetta tell stories, unfortunately, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so that concludes our first Q&A for Minks Mondays. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said, I will finish the rest of the questions next week, and if you guys have any other questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. And that is all I have, and I will see you guys later this week. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.